I just like to refresh a few times and make sure it's actually live because one time it wasn't, and that was a mess. I need like some intro music. That's what I really need. I don't know how to do
Can you
that
do
yet.
that?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know how to do that yet. I purposely didn't play Taylor Swift because I know you don't like it. Okay.
Thank
All right,
you.
we're live. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Get Real, the live stream where we talk about building business through real conversation on social media. It is official. I have a 17-year-old, and that is crazy. I never even put myself on screen. I'm so nervous every Monday. I don't know why. Anyway, I guess I'm nervous because I have a 17-year-old. And she was due 1 week. She was due on my birthday, and she came 1 week early, which means this Friday is my birthday, which means I'm taking the day off and I'm doing the 11:30 live ride, which I never get to do. So I'm very, very excited. So speaking of Peloton and Olivia, I am so, so excited to welcome today's guest. It's pretty common knowledge that I can't stop talking about Peloton, and I'm not alone. I know that. Um, and yes, I love to stay healthy, and I'm very focused on my health. But this has really become a community of people, not just Peloton in general, but specifically around one coach, Olivia. So when I started doing her classes, and I was all excited and tagging her on Instagram, and it was really great. And I'm a huge fan, but I was out there by myself. I wasn't, part of anything. And then I found out there's a Facebook group, and I was like, hold up, let me in. So I joined the Facebook group and I started following the team on Instagram. And very, very soon into this, I met today's guest. So I'm very excited to welcome Meghan. Let me get us both on screen. There we go. So welcome,
Oh, that's so cool.
Meghan. Yay, I did it. I'm so excited you're here. Yay,
Me
yay,
too.
yay. So what I'm really excited about is, every week I have people from the social media world who join me on our live stream, and we talk about how to have a real voice, how to build your brand, how to build your community, how to really be a real person on social. Well, today I have someone from outside the social media marketing Twitter official landscape, but who has done this and done it really, really well. So yes, we met through through Peloton and through Olivia, but during this year, I have learned that this is not the first group that Meghan has built and grown out of a need. And so we're going to talk about that today. So Meghan, welcome. I'm so glad you're
Thank you.
here. It's so fun to see you. We're both wearing our Peloton gear, of course. Yes, we planned it. Although I think
Yes.
we wear them. I think most of the clothes I wear these days are Peloton. So we're going to start. I'd love for you to tell a little bit about your story, and we're going to go back in time before Peloton, when your second daughter, Gwenny, was born, and you found yourself in a situation needing a community. Tell me a little bit about what that was like and how you started Show Us Your Jeans. Show me your
Right.
jeans.
So Gwenny, my second daughter was born in 2013. Within a year of her birth, we kind of realized that there was something not right with her. She wasn't hitting her milestones. She wasn't progressing the way that she should have. So that kind of started our journey on finding what was going on with her. And it was really, really tough. It took us 3.5 years to get a diagnosis. When we got the diagnosis in October of 2016, we were told that she was one of 10 in the world and that we probably wouldn't find anybody else, and good luck. So I was like, well, that's not right. So yeah, so I went home. I never had used a hashtag before. I searched the hashtag SOX5, which is the gene that she has altered. And I found this little community, but it was like trapped in this other community that had nothing to do with the syndrome. So I met three people that were in Austin, Texas that had the same variant. And we kind of came together and created this community of people. At the time, we only had 20 people that we knew in the entire world.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And now we have about 500 because of the presence that we've made on social media. Like we have doctors printing out our website that we created and showing people where to go now.
That's
So
amazing.
it's,
And you've raised money, is that right?
yeah. So out of Gwenny has something called Lamb-Shaffer syndrome. And through Lamb-Shaffer syndrome, we saw the need that people or parents that were being diagnosed for their children with global developmental delay or autism weren't be being offered the genetic testing. And there are a
Mm.
lot, I think they're up to 600 gene variants that are associated with autism now.
Wow.
But the autistic community and the global developmental delay community are never told that. So my mission was show me your genes, which I've been lacking over the past year just because of circumstances that are way beyond my control. Our
I
our
think we're
mission
all
and our
lacking
passion,
something right now.
our mission and our passion was to bring that awareness to these people because they never get a they never get a proper diagnosis. So let's think about how many people are in the autism bucket
Right.
and think about how much help you could actually get if you had a much smaller group like we do.
Uh-huh.
And we actually learned about our kids instead of throwing out a diagnosis like candy. We actually figured out what the root cause of the diagnosis was.
That's amazing. And so when this all started, you were feeling pretty isolated, I imagine. And so to
Mm-hmm.
find 500 other people in the same situation, there's power in that. There's magic in that, right?
There's power in magic, but also the oldest person that we have now is 42.
Oh,
For us,
wow.
that's huge.
Yeah.
It's huge. The
Yeah.
oldest person we had for a really long time was 18.
Oh, wow. Wow. So, I mean, you've
Yeah.
got a lot of opportunity for growth there. So, yeah, we'll just
Mm-hmm.
keep spreading the word and
Yes.
growing your community. But I think it's amazing what you did because it was out of a need to know. I've had a friend of mine on who has hers is a different kind of need, but when she moved here, she couldn't find anything online to do with her kids. So she started a blog at Louisville Family Fund. And I think that is, here we are on International Women's Day. You look at women and how they are creating something out of a need because we don't want to be alone and we don't want to feel isolated. So I applaud you for doing that, not just for your daughter, but for you. So congratulations.
Thank you. And I also, just to mention, I did it for the other people too, because I
Of
never
course.
wanted somebody to have to go through what we went through ever.
Yeah,
And now just to hear
absolutely.
people say that, they're so glad we found our community. We can't believe how much you've done. You do have the people that are asking for more, but I'm proud of everything that we've done. And it's not just me. It's three other people we pretty much dedicated a big chunk of our lives to this. So it's very
That's
rewarding.
awesome. That's
Mm-hmm.
awesome. I love it. It's great. And it shows that really anybody can do this with some
Mm-hmm.
thought and some process.
Yeah.
So, speaking of having a strategy around a community management, let's get to how we met. So,
Yes.
like I said, I started out there all on my own, tagging Olivia, so excited, loving her classes, loving how it was making me stronger. All I want to do is be as strong as she is. I will never be as fast as she is. I accept that. But it's been a great ride. And so for me, I joined the group, and that day I got a Facebook friend request from someone we both know as Party Animal. And I got this Facebook friend request and was like, do I know this person? And then I realized she found me through the group. Then I saw that we had some mutual friends. So I did some checking up. She is a cousin of a good friend of mine. But what that told me was this group is different. This is not just something where we're all going to be in there. There's not going to be a lot of yelling at each other. It's going to be a community. So I immediately was like, these are my people. So thank you, Annie, if you're out there, for telling me that right away. So tell me, when you started this group, how did it get started, and what was sort of your intent when you launched it? I know a lot of the coaches, or probably all of them by now, have a team, a group, a following. What was your intent when you started the Olivia's team group?
So before I started Olivia's team, I was actually one of the people who started the Peloton tread group.
Mm,
However, yes.
I did
However,
not know
there was a
that.
lot of drama associated with that group. And
Uh-huh.
I am a no drama kind of a person. If there's drama, I'm done. So I was done.
Mhm.
That's a really, really long story, put very, very short.
Okay.
So when I started Olivia's team, I had been Facebook messaging with Olivia because we had met at Peloton just briefly. And I was like, hey, I really want to start your group. I like your vibe. I think that you've got a lot of cool things. Like, let's do this. So her and I came up with a name.
Okay.
Which was Olivia's team. And we took it. We were like, we have to come up with a name real quick because somebody else is going to take team. So we did it. And I told her, I said, I want to be the only admin for a little while till I get this group figured out a little bit. And at that time, Peloton instructors were allowed to be in the group.
Okay.
So she was in the group in the beginning. And then I think the first day I made the rules that people laugh about, which are don't be a butthead and don't do anything that your parents would reprimand you for, you would reprimand your kids for. And that's pretty much the basis of the group is we're all adults.
Right.
We all have a common bond with Olivia. However, I don't really care what you do. You know, you're a person, you can do your own thing. Let's just be nice and respectful and share what we do with Peloton here or our pets.
Love it. I love it.
Yeah.
It's great. So you set those rules. You really have stuck to them. I know I was telling you before we got on live that there was one day when someone kind of snapped at me, someone I didn't know in Olivia's group, and I was like, hold it right there. You must be mistaking this for a different group. We don't do that here. We're all nice to each other here. And that's sort of in the tone. I think everybody's in it for the right reasons. We only focus on Peloton stuff. Nobody really focuses on all those polarizing categories that are out there. We just talk about this one thing. And what I also really love about it is that from what I hear, other groups won't let you talk about different coaches. If you're in a group for, Mrs. Coach, you can only talk about her. But in our group, we share classes from Rebecca and from Adrian and from Andy. We all talk about Andy's funny stories. I know you're a big fan of Andy. So, we're fans of a lot of these coaches. And I think that that's one thing that I really appreciate because, we're all fans of Olivia. That's what brought us together, but that we really enjoy the community as a whole. And, for me, I think that it's even surpassed the Olivia fandom because now I'm fans of the people in the group. This morning on the ride, we're all high-fiving each other, and I know everybody by leaderboard name, and I refer to them by leaderboard name to my kids. So, you are the Meg. So
I don't know how that came about either.
It's so funny, but it really, it's great. Now we've got a book club. So Thursday night, we've got our book club, which is awesome.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
So you brought in Trisha and Arvin to kind of help out on the group and to help moderate. How do you guys divide and conquer and still stay true to the brand, the mission of the group?
So Arvin and it was me in the beginning, and then I brought Arvin, and he was a big fan of Olivia. I could tell he was just about having fun and no drama. So I was like, come on in. Come join me. And great. He and I told him the things that I like to do. He said the things that he would like to do, and we just did it. That's no great. Questions. We just did it. We barely even talk, quite honestly. I love Arvin to death. I don't talk to him enough, but we barely talk.
Okay.
Trisha, we needed to add a third person just because it was getting a little crazy with the requests to come in. Yeah. And I've known Trisha since I started at Peloton, and she is a no BS kind of woman. I love her to death. She's Indeed. Amazing, and she holds the same values that I do, which is no drama, no BS. We're just here to have fun. It's Peloton. Like, it's not that deep. So, so we brought her in, and honestly, we don't really talk about duties. Trisha and I have divided and conquered the daily post thing because I was forgetting sometimes. So her and I have set days for that. But other than that, we don't like have jobs, or we don't like. Right.
It just sort of works.
Yeah.
Which is great. Yeah. Which is great. Yeah.
It's honestly, it's a Peloton group. It's not, we're not like.
Right.
Like figuring out codes for like whatever. It's a Peloton group.
Right. Exactly. So a lot of businesses and organizations, they create groups to support their effort. And our page it's just a group of people. It's not officially affiliated with anything Peloton. Like you said, Olivia's not in there. So none of them are sanctioned or moderated. But as we continue to grow, and I know it certainly must help with Peloton sales. I know that we all share when a new apparel is up. In fact, Side note, really funny story. I bought something and then I shared a screenshot of it and said apparel is up. Then I got a screenshot of that from my husband who said, "Really?" And I said, "Get out of that group. You are not welcome here. These are my friends." And I had no idea he was, that's how I found out he was in the team. So it's really been a problem for me. He's still in there. I feel like we need to kick him out now. But a
Just let
lot
me know. I'll
of
take care of it.
so a lot of these, so I know that we're actually benefiting, their sales and everything, but that's not really the goal. What do you think is the goal for having this presence on Facebook? And I know you've added Instagram. Is it really just to build community and keep us going, keep us engaged?
So I think that mission has changed actually over the past year. In the beginning, it was, do you like a workout? Share your workout.
Right.
Like, I didn't really care. I'm like, Olivia is a positive person. I want a positive group. That's all I really care about. Now,
Right.
since the pandemic a year ago, I can't believe it's been a year. I know. It's become so much more than that because we're so isolated in our daily lives that having this community where we can share what we're doing with any instructor, because Olivia, myself, and I think everybody else agrees that, cliche enough, there is no I in team. So I would never say, please don't post anything about an instructor at Peloton because their mission is one Peloton.
Right.
So now I think that the mission has become so much deeper that everybody is searching for connections and everybody is hungry for that personal relationships that they're missing out on. I'm stuck at home with my kids. I need adults in my life.
Right.
And I think having this community, even though most of us have never met each other, but we're there to cheer each other on. We're there to high five each other. If somebody wants to work out but doesn't want to work out alone, I guarantee you'll find a partner in that group.
Yep.
I just think it's about being present, being there, and having support for one another in such a difficult time.
Absolutely. I'm thinking back to when all of this started a year ago, and then pretty soon after, Peloton started having the teachers teach from home, which was a huge
Oh my
deal.
gosh.
And I remember that one day, I'm sure you remember this, Olivia was teaching a run. We were all on. We were so excited to see her from home and her shoes on the wall and the whole thing. And she had something happened with her feet and it went down. And we all got on the Facebook group and you were leading us. Do you remember this? And you were like,
yes, I do.
This is my workout. We're not stopping. And you led us up a hike and we finished that workout. And
I know.
I just won't forget that. It was amazing.
And then she came live again.
Yeah. And then we had to do it again. And I was like, oh my God, my legs are killing me.
I know. And she messaged me on Instagram. I don't talk to her that often, but she messaged me on Instagram and she was like, can you let everybody know that we're going live again? I'm like, we just finished it. Like, what are you talking about?
It was great. But like such a moment of all of this that was so crazy and trying to pivot and learn to be online. And so it was really amazing. And I know that the whole group appreciated you leading us up that hill.
Yeah, that was kind of embarrassing, but I'm glad it helps people,
Absolutely. Absolutely. We were there to work out and we got to finish our workout and then do another one. So,
I felt so bad for them for those live at home classes. I felt like it was such an invasion of privacy, but that's just
absolutely. Me. But I was so grateful that they did it. And I think that it helped Peloton because people were like, well, I can buy this bike and do this at home and they're live. There's live classes.
I know.
So, yeah. I was so grateful. But yeah, I agree. It was a little voyeuristic.
Yeah. I felt bad for
everyone's
them.
dogs. That was fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now here we are. We've got 5,300 members of our team. When I talk about this with my family and they're like, how many of you are in there? I'm like, well, there's over 5,000 of us right now. But a lot of people are in other groups too. But for me, these are my people. These are my friends. I love seeing all of these Olivia team people on when we're on together. And I thank you for building this community, for setting the tone, and for really giving us something to look for every day online besides whatever on earth is going on Twitter. So I appreciate it. I know that everyone in the team appreciates it. We have such a supportive group and I'm so grateful. And I'm grateful to you, Meghan. So thank you.
Oh my gosh, I'm grateful for you guys. Like we always say, your vibe attracts your tribe. And I think that's 100% true with Olivia. I don't think that this would work with every instructor.
Yeah.
And I'm just very thankful that that we find good ones that want to come join us.
Absolutely. So I'm putting up some contact information for you on the screen. So anyone who is interested in show me your jeans, right?
Right.
Yeah, show me your jeans. Please make sure to check that out. There's definitely a place to donate on there. If you or someone you know can use that community, please join it and know that you're not alone. There's people like Meghan who are out there, and you're with them. And so know that you're not alone, and there's a group for you. And anybody out there who's a fan of Olivia, if you haven't joined our team yet, join us on Facebook and Instagram. It's so much fun. We love it. And thank you. Thank you for being here. And I'm sure
Oh,
I
thanks
will
for having
see
me.
you
I'll see you
high-fiving later
Thursday.
on. Yeah. Yeah. I'll see
Yes.
you Thursday night at the book club. So
Yes.
thank you. I'll
All
see
right.
you
See
soon.
ya.
All right. Have a great
Bye.
day.
You
Bye.
too.
So thanks everybody for joining. I hope that you enjoyed that. I know you're sick of hearing about Peloton. I really don't care. I love it. It keeps me healthy. It keeps me happy. I love my friends there. And if you're not part of the community, I think that they have like a free trial still going on the app. So you don't even need the machines, but I do it all and I love it. And it's been great. So I look forward to seeing you next Monday when my guest is going to be Monina Wagner from the Content Marketing Institute. I met Monina this past summer. I went to the virtual conference, CM World, and I've been joining in their tweet chats every week and really have met a lot of great social media marketing people out there, content marketers. So I'm excited to bring Monina. Monina recently got a Peloton bike, so may come up again, who knows? But I'm really, really excited for her to join, and I hope that you will join me. If you or anyone who owns a small business and needs help with your social media marketing, you can find me on Twitter at 520 East Brands. You can also find me on my website, 520eastbrands.com. And other than that, I'll see you on the leaderboard. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.